Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here, and welcome to the start of tonight's Extreme Racing League coverage. Tonight, we are here for round 17 of 21 in this exciting championship. It's been an action-packed season so far. Are we going to get another action-packed race here tonight? More than likely, yes. But nevertheless, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the action. It's qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix here at the legendary Suzuka circuit. And we have a full grid with us tonight. So we've got a few drivers coming out on track already. We've got Griffin. So let's just run through the lineup for tonight's race. You've got Ivan, Jamie Keats, Chris Harley, Philip Nilsson, Maxim Patou, Anthony Bauer, Hanil Patel, Saad, Irving Diaz, Griffin, Oliver Sonnen, Jack Smith, Michael Booker, Anthony Waddington, Callum MacArthur, Owen Lewis, Dean Barry, JBL, Matt Piclou, and Arthur Bowler. And we have the weather forecast. Dry for the entire weekend. Excellent. So dry qualifying and dry race. Very good to know. As always, big shout out to one of the admins, Mr. Michael Booker, for giving us that info. So over the next few weeks, as the season draws to a close, I'm going to be busy getting highlight reels put together for these races. I'll be in charge of doing the X1 highlight reel. Cesar Lopez, the boss of the league, will be in charge of doing X2 and X3 to help lighten the workload for me. And Griffin's already spun it through the S's. Oh dearie me. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is not the way you want to start qualifying. And he's put it into the wall. Now he's got to wait for a clear track. That is very unfortunate for him. Here's Callum MacArthur. He's one of the ones that's lucky to have avoided damage. While we have, let's see. So let's have a look at the championship standings. I've managed to get them back up and running after not being able to use them properly last time out. So anyway, here we go. The Drivers' Championship as follows. You've got Philip Nilsson back at the top of the championship for the first time since Germany, with 198 points. Then you've got Anthony Bauer, 193 points. Anthony Waddington didn't have the best of races last time out in Russia, and as a result, he's now down to third with 178 points. Then you've got Arthur Bowler, 133 points. Chris Harley, 128. Dean Barry, 116. Owen Lewis, 109. Hanil Patel, 91. Cesar Lopez, 40. And JBL with 34. And Waddington in the stream chat saying gloves are coming off today. Oh, goody. And Irving Diaz is already out. That's our first retirement of the day. My goodness me, what happened there? He lost it out of the S's and he's put it into the wall. To put your sleeping mask on. Oh dear. That is really unfortunate there. And Callum's had it. Oh, that is a real shame. Let's see who's on a lap. Chris Harley's just started his. He's got a lot to get through here. Anthony Bauer goes onto the gravel. Deary me. Chris Harley getting through that without much difficulty. Constructors' Championship, we've got Red Bull continuing to increase their lead at the top, 371 points. Racing Point only 282. Red Bull could anyway, so Red Bull could have the Constructors' Championship wrapped up in the next couple of races, potentially as early as the USA in Austin. And then you've got Mercedes 199, Ferrari 150, Alfa Romeo 149, Renault 137, Williams 119, McLaren 96, Haas 86, and Toro Rosso bottom of the pack with 73 points. Chris Harley just coming through 130R. Casio Triangle, scene of one of the most controversial moments in Formula One history. Prost versus Senna, 1989. Chris Harley wearing my lucky number 6, and across the line, 129.260 goes into 7th. Great lap from him. JBL just started his flying lap, and while he's doing his lap, we have got some incredible news for you guys. We have got a giveaway for next week's race at the home of the Extreme Racing League, the Mexican Grand Prix. So, how's this giveaway going to work? Well, we have 3 prizes on offer. The third place prize is a t-shirt from our official Extreme Racing League store. Just need to try and find a link to the website. Bear with me. There we go. So yeah, it's going to be a dry race. So there we go. So there we go. I've just posted a link to the shop on our official website, extremeracingligs.com. You can check out the shop there. We have mugs and shirts at the moment, and we've also got a shirt for our partners over at the Limit Racing League. But we've got Arthur Bowler now. He's on an outlap at the moment. And Jamie Keats. That's bold. He's retired from the session already. That's bold. Well, considering how quick he is, I wouldn't be too surprised. He'll be saving himself a set of tyres for second part of qualifying. We lose the slowest 5 cars in this part of qualifying. But anyway, back to the giveaway. The third place prize is a shirt from the XRL shop. Now, how do you get yourself in the running for that? Well, simple answer. All you need to do is be part of the XRL community. It is as simple as that, and that can be anybody. Full-time drivers, reserve drivers, commentators. Anybody can be part of that third place prize. So, all you need to do is follow our Facebook page, Extreme Racing Leagues on Facebook, and you've also got our Instagram page, Extreme. So there's that. So you've got the Extreme underscore racing underscore league on Instagram, and we've also got our own YouTube channel. I just need to get all those links. Someone needs to teach me how to get these bot commands, so I can get them all set up for the next race in Mexico next week. And all of a sudden, a 5-place penalty for colliding with JBL, as Arthur Bowler goes fastest. Chris Harley going for another lap. Chris Harley coming through 130R, he's 4/10 up now. Chris Harley 28.9. So there we go, there's all the links, and you've also got this one here. You got So there you go, there's all the links you need for the giveaway to get to win your very own XRL shirt. Just need to be part of the XRL community. The Facebook page, we've got a Facebook there, our YouTube channel, our 2 Twitch channels as well, and of course a link to the shop so you can check out the merchandise that we have in stock. Then the second place prize is a copy of F1 2020. Yes, we are giving you a chance to win a copy of the brand new F1 game coming out this July. And all you need to do for that is be a full-time driver or a full-time commentator. And the same rules apply. You just need to follow all of our social media platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And this first place prize, it's a very, very juicy one. As Anthony Bauer comes across the line, 129.039. The first place prize is another copy of the game, but it's the Schumacher edition of the game. You could win a Schumacher edition of F1 2020, and it's for all full-time drivers and commentators that have been with the XRL since the start. So So that'll be drivers like JBL, Ivan, Waddington, and of course myself being one of the commentators. Oh boy! So just to recap, you just need to be part of the XRL community if you want to win an XRL shirt. You need to be a full-time driver to be part of, to win a copy of the standard edition of F1 2020. And for the F1 2020 Schumacher edition, you need to have been with us from the start. Because we are approaching our 1-year anniversary and we're celebrating that next week. And I will be announcing I just need to double check with Caesar when we are going to be announcing the winners. So now we've got all that out of the way, let's focus on qualifying. We're almost at the end of qualifying. Irving Diaz is already out. There we go. So I've just got word from the boss himself, Caesar. The winners of the giveaway will be announced next week at the Mexican Grand Prix for round 18 of the championship. How exciting is that? How exciting is that? Yes, you've only got a week to enter this this competition, but what a competition it is. An XRL shirt, potentially a copy of the game as well. And if you're really lucky, you could end up getting a Schumacher edition of the game as well. So there you go. Like I say, the winner will be announced at the Mexican Grand Prix next week to mark our 1-year anniversary as an official F1 racing league. Ah, that's a valid point. What if I've already bought it? What if I've already bought it? Well, if you've already bought it, then I guess somebody else will end up getting a copy of the game instead. There's Neil Patel there, 28.9. I mean, look at that. It's about 2.5 seconds separating the field. That's looks like Cal MacArthur. He's a long way back. He's not going to be improving on his time. That's yeah. He's 3 seconds down. That's it. And and look at that. And Waddington's just pointed out, him and Owen Lewis identical times. How's about that? But of course, Waddington will be ahead because he set the time first. So let's recap. So let's go through who is out of qualifying. Callum MacArthur out of qualifying. Michael Booker out. Ivan, Jack Smith, and Irving Diaz. They are all out of qualifying. So now strategy comes into play. Who's going to start on what? Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? It is! Yeah, Michael, what happened to that? What happened to that forecast you gave me earlier? And look at that, everyone is coming out. Everyone's coming out. This is going to be very, very interesting here. As I often like to say, business just picked up. Everyone is out on track. Ah. Damn you, Jeff! You had one job and you couldn't even do that! Talk about a big shake-up for the grid. Anil Patel first to cross the line. So he'll be first to get his lap underway. To Anil Patel. First man to come across the line. There we go, 31-0. See what everybody else does. Waddington 35-0. 30, 30.5. 30.81. Look at that, everyone's coming along. 30, look at that, Arthur Bowler 29.9. Looks like Saad and Dean Barry, they had their laps invalidated, so they're going to have to go for another run. Dean Barry is starting to slip and slide. That is not a good start. barrier coming round. Final corner now. It's not going to be the best lap time in the world. 33.3. Inside, he got caught out. And in he goes. If this rain gets any heavier, it's unlikely he's going to be able to improve. And Griffin first out on their intermediates. And of course, they are a lot slower than the dry weather tyres. Patel electing to stay on dry tyres. Now, I mentioned the championship earlier. I was like, Washington didn't have the best of performances in Russia last time out, and as a result of that, he lost a lot of ground in the championship. Judging by the fact that everyone's retiring, yes, it is definitely a sign that, yeah, it's too heavy to be on them. And oh, hang on a minute. Griffin, I've just spotted on the track. Griffin actually retired on track at the Casio Triangle. That's surely going to be some sort of ban in place for him, retiring on the track rather than in the pit lane. Yeah, I say Hinil Patel, he's a long way back from everybody. Yeah, see, yeah, there we go. The rain's getting heavier. That's it. We're just waiting for Philip Nilsson to... Just waiting for Philip to retire from the session. So that way we can actually get underway with Q3. So it's Matt Piklu, JBL, Griffin, Dean Barry and Saad who are out of Q2. I've just been informed by Michael that Saad actually had a crash, which is why he has no time on the board. Looks like Philip Nilsson's actually going to run down the clock. So let's just recap the top 10. Arthur Bowler, Jamie Keats, Waddington, Oliver Sonnen, Anthony Bauer, Chris Harley, Philip Nilsson, Anil Patel, Owen Lewis, Maxime Patou. They are through to the top 10 shootout. Matt Piklu, JBL, Griffin, Dean and Saad So here we go into, and there's your shower. There's your shower into the top 10 shootout. Waddington saying mind games from Philip Nilsson. Well, if that's the case, Waddington saying fair play to him. Maxime Patou first out onto the track. And you've got to say that the wet weather conditions based on that second part of qualifying didn't really favour Philip Nilsson as much as they did Waddington. So it's just Philip Nilsson and Waddington who aren't out on track right now, but it's right on board with Maxime Patou. Coming round to turn one. Of course, you're going to take it a bit more gingerly in these wet weather conditions. Never easy driving in the wet. Speaking from experience. Through the S's. The only track with a figure of 8 configuration on the calendar. Through Dunlop curve. And almost loses the back end there, but somehow manages to keep it in control. You know, he's letting Chris Harley through. Chris on a flying lap as well. .43.5 for Chris Harley, Hanil Patel 45.2. 42.5 for Anthony Bauer. Oliver 44.2. Jamie Keats starting his flying lap. No, that's actually interesting. That is very interesting. Turns out it's actually Monza that's decided the most championships. With 12, Suzuka has only decided 10. Oh no, it's not the circus, it's the Japanese Grand Prix in general. It's the Japanese Grand Prix in general that's had the most title deciders of any Grand Prix on the calendar. That's probably where I'm going wrong. Jamie Keats, 43.4. Waddington, Patu and Bowler still to set a lap time. Maybe the mind games Waddington's playing are in retaliation to Philip's mind games at the end of Q2. This is interesting. There's about 2.5 minutes to go. Patu and Bowler, they are on wets, but interestingly, oh, hang on, Waddington out on intermediates. Is that going to be an inspired choice? Because everyone else, apart from Philip Nilsson, well, Philip Nilsson's just come into the pits, and he's not going to make it. He's not going to have time to go out for another lap. So that's it. I think that's Philip Nilsson's I think that's Philip Nilsson's qualifying finished. He's not going to make it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Philip's not going to make it. Arthur Bowler in the pits. He's not going to make it. Never had to join or follow so many pages in my life. That'll be Shannon entering the giveaway. So for those that don't know, the giveaway, it's for the third place prize is an XRL t-shirt. Second place prize is a copy of F1 2020, and Maxim's had a spin. Oh my word! On the extra 130R, my goodness me! Sort of thing he really could have done without. But nevertheless, as you can see, it is a lot drier now compared to what it was at the start of the final part of qualifying. The drivers that are out on track now, they will be able to finish their laps. But Waddington is the only driver that is on intermediates. Is that going to be an inspired decision from our defending champion? Let's find out as we ride on board with him for this lap. It's more than likely going to be the last lap of the day. Anthony Bowers on a lap. 42.5. Very gingerly through the S's. Understandably so. Well, you've entered the giveaway now, so that's the important thing. And there we go. Oh, purple sector 1. And it is faster than his teammate. It is faster than Bauer. His lap is his first sector faster than Anthony Bauer. What a masterstroke this could be. Coming up to Spoon Curve now. Now he's opening up the taps, full throttle, here we go. Coming up to 130R. Not quite purple sector 2. Manages to keep it calm through 130R. Through the Casio, trying to go for the last time in qualifying. 42.5 to beat. Anthony Waddington. He's coming across the line, and he's done it! Anthony Waddington with an absolute masterstroke in qualifying! Anthony Waddington on pole by 2.5 seconds! What a masterstroke from Waddington! That's why he's the defending champion! How demoralizing is that gonna be for Philip Nilsson? And just for a bit of context, that's only his second pole position of the season. That's only Waddington's second pole of the season. And a lot of congratulations for Waddington in the stream chat. John, we got Cookie, we got Freddie Watts as well, sending their congratulations. So there you go, Anthony Waddington on pole position with an absolute masterstroke of tyre choice. Anthony Bauer. Oh, you look at that. Front row, Red Bulls. The second row, the Racing Points. Chris Harley, Owen Lewis, Oliver Sonnen, Hanil Patel, Maxim Patou, and Arthur Bowler. That's your top 10. Let's get ready for the race. So here we go, round 17 of the X1 Championship. We are here at the legendary Suzuka circuit in Japan. It is a great country and a great circuit here. Japan possesses more than half of the world's industrial robots, and almost 75% of Japan is forests and mountains. The only figure of 8 track on the calendar, and more championships have been decided at the Japanese Grand Prix than any other Grand Prix on the calendar. 3.6 miles, just the one DRS zone. You got 18 corners to negotiate, 8 to the left, 10 to the right. And turns out I've actually made a slight mistake there regarding pole position for Anthony Warrington. Hadn't been on pole since Singapore last season. I just realised that. Silly me. But nevertheless, some of the action zones to look out for. Prost versus Senna, turn 1, 1990. How controversial was that? Then you've got Spoon Curve, Vettel versus Verstappen just a couple of years ago. That massive overtaking maneuver at round 130R for Alonso and Schumacher. And then you got the Casio Triangle. Prost versus Senna once again, 12 months beforehand in 1989. But on that occasion, it was Prost that came out on top as champion. The tyre compounds, it's the hardest of the Pirelli range, the C1s, the C2s, and the C3s. Not sure what the pit stop times are around here, but nevertheless, here is the starting grid. It is Anthony Waddington on pole position for the first time since Singapore last season. Then he's got his teammate Anthony Bauer alongside him on the front row. Then you've got Jamie Keats and Philip Nilsson, an all Racing Point second row. Chris Harley, he'll be happy with his performance in fifth. Then you've got Owen Lewis in 6th, Anil Patel behind him, followed by Maxime Patou and Arthur Bowler in 8th and 9th respectively. Matt Piclou in the top 10. And then you've got JBL in 11th. Oliver Sonnen bumped down to 12th because of his 5-place grid penalty following his collision with JBL. That'll be interesting to see how they fare. Then you've got Griffin and Dean Barry. Then you've got Saad, followed by Callum MacArthur. And then rounding up the grid, you've got Michael Booker and Ivan on the penultimate row. And on the back row, you've got Jack Smith and Irving Diaz, who didn't set a lap time in qualifying. It looks like Dean Barry's the only driver on hard tyres. Oliver Sonnen on soft tyres. Even though he qualified in the top, because he got into the top 10 shootout, he had to. He doesn't get free tyre choice. Matt Piclou, the only driver in the top 10 that does have free tyre choice, he'll be starting on the mediums. From those that made it into the top 10 shootout, it's only Maxime Patou that made it. That's starting on the mediums, but like I said, you've got Matt Piclou starting on the mediums as well. Everybody else around them on the soft. I see Dean Barry, the only driver starting on the hard tyres. You got to think the favourite for this race today has to be Philip Nilsson, since he won it this track last season. But we'll wait and see what happens. Waddington, meanwhile, he hasn't won since Hungary. Anthony Bauer first to ready up. You know what time it is, folks. We're about to go for lights out. 53 laps of this 3.6 mile circuit. Going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. So I would imagine you're probably looking at roughly 21-22 seconds for your pit stop round here. We'll see what happens. But nevertheless, here come the lights. And when they go out, it will be Race time in Japan. Anthony Bauer had a great start there. Chris Harley shoving his way through Philip Nilsson just like that. But Waddington, cool as you like, keeps the lead heading into the first corner. Already a lot of carnage. Heading into the first corner, and it's Sad and Griffin. They've lost a couple of places. Irving Diaz has managed to get a couple of places off the start. How's about that? It's a little further ahead. Yellow flag to sector one again. Oh, it's Callum. Oh, it's Ivan this time. How many times has he had incidents this season on the first lap? Unbelievable. Oh, Jamie Keats, meanwhile, had a go at Anthony Bauer at the hairpin. And as a result of that, look at that. Anthony Waddington already starting to pull out a gap over Anthony Bauer. Going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Chris Harley right on the back of Jamie Keats. And Jamie has a run, and Anthony Bauer at the Casio triangle, but Bauer keeps it behind. And Philip Nilsson wants in on the action as well. So you're running order at the end of lap one. You've got Anthony Waddington in the lead, Anthony Bauer second, Jamie Keats third, Philip Nilsson side by side with Jamie Keats. Philip Nilsson into third, just like that, and he spins. Jamie Keats has had a spin. Sad with a 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. Now Philip Nilsson can start bearing down on the Red Bulls. What a chaotic start. Jamie Keats losing 5 places as a result of that small collision with his teammate. Yellow flag to sector 1 again. But look at this. Waddington almost. I mean, look at this. Waddington almost 2 seconds ahead of his teammate already. Here we go, on to lap 3 now. DRS is now enabled. Arthur Bowler getting past Chris Harley. Here we go. Why did I say 53 laps to 50% race distance? Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. If things stay as they are, Waddington will be right back into the championship hunt. He'll still have a fair bit of ground to make up. Well, look at this. Bauer and Nilsson starting to close the gap on Waddington now. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. And Philip Nilsson, cool as you like, into second place. And Now Philip Nilsson can start bearing down on his championship rival. And look at that, he's already cut the gap in half. How's about that? I mean, look at that, Philip Nilsson, look how close he is already. Tries he might. And Bowler battling with Bauer. There he goes. Oh my word. Bauer down another place. And Maxime Patou! Oh my word, what happened to him? Safety car is out. What on earth? That was on Dunlop curve. My goodness me. Safety car is out. Maxime Patou, first casualty of the race. Well, that's just made things very interesting indeed. Philip Nilsson into the pits. That's interesting. What's he going to go for? He's going for a set of mediums. I'll be interested to see if he can get them to the end of the race. We're going to see what happens. And that's dropped Philip all the way down to 10th. He's going to have a mammoth task on his hands. So let's recap the order now. We're on to lap 6. Anthony Waddington's still in the lead. Arthur Bowler in 2nd. Owen Lewis in 3rd. Pete Cologne 4th. Dean Barry 5th. Oliver Sohn in 6th. Michael Booker, where did he come from? He's up into 7th. Jack Smith in 8th, a Griffin in 9th, and Philip Nilsson rounding up the top 10. I mean, looking at the strategies, it is possible to do a one-stop here if you're very careful with your time management. Safety car in at the end of this lap. Philip Nilsson's got a mammoth task on his hands. Green flag's out. And it's race time once again. Great restart there from Waddington. Already starting to pull away from Bowler. Owen Lewis is right on the back of Bowler though. Well, this will be an interesting battle when we get round to it. And oh! Jack Smith's had it off. Oh dear, oh dear. Mammoth task to get back into the hunt for the race win. We're on lap 8, we're about to hit lap 9. Anthony Bauer, interestingly, on the hard tyres. Philip electing to go for the mediums. And Arthur Bowler just takes the fastest lap of the race. Chris Harley into the pits. Yellow flag to sector 3. Observing Diaz at the Casio chicane. Unbelievable. But look at this. The battle for the lead. Arthur Bowler and Anthony Waddington. And Bowler closing in faster. Oh, onto the gravel. Dropped a couple of tenths as a result of that. Those are the sort of mistakes you can't afford to be making, especially when you've got the championship at stake at this late stage of the season. And Philip Nilsson, where is this progress coming from? He's already up into 7th. We're about to get DRS enabled once again now. We're a third of the way through the race. Lap 10, there it is, DRS enabled, but you won't be able to use it until next time around, as the DRS detection zone is at the start of the Casio triangle. Jeff LeBlanc saying to Arthur Bowler to keep his cool. Look at this 3-car scrap here for the lead now. Owen Lewis in on the action. That's going to be interesting to see Waddington and Lewis go face to face once again. Irving Diaz, a time penalty. And slightly, oh my word, look how close he is. Look how close Bowler is. What an exit from Spoon. Waddington trying everything he can to keep Bowler behind him. He might have a run into the Casio triangle. Thinks better of it. And he had such a good run. But no, oh, he's into the pits. Bowler into the pits. And that puts Lewis into second place. This is going to be interesting. Two championship rivals from last season are going to come to blows once again. We've got Connor in the stream chat. Come on, Waddington. This is going to be interesting. Waddington and Lewis, for those who don't know, they were championship rivals last season, and they were just locking horns all season, and Waddington was the man that came out on top. Yellow flags in sector 1, and it's Michael Booker. He's had an off through the S's, and he's lost part of his front wing. Philip Nilsson up into 5th now. Bauer up into 7th as a result of that pit stop that Bowler made. We've got Matt Piclu up into 3rd now. Owen Lewis practically out of ERS. And Waddington into the pits, as does Owen Lewis. We're going to have a pit stop race here. Onto the mediums. And out he goes. Is he going to make it out? Is he going to make it out? No! Waddington just makes it! Waddington just made it out ahead of Owen Lewis. Just a no more. But oh, Arthur Bowler, that undercut works very well for him. And as a result of all that, Philip Nilsson So it looks like pitting under the safety car for Nilsson and Bauer has proved very advantageous for them. Waddington getting ahead of Ivan. Everyone on either mediums or hards apart from Booker, who's on softs. Could he potentially get those ties to the end of the race? Who knows? Philip Nilsson half a second behind Dean Barry. We've got Matt Piclu in the Haas. About a second and a half up the road from them. Philip Nilsson Needing to charge his ERS up, understandably so. Tries he might, Philip Nilsson cannot get past Dean Barry. This is only helping people like Waddington, and as I say that, Waddington gets the fastest lap of the race, 31.5. And as a result, he gets into the top 10, gets past Bowler in the process. Oh, yellow flag to sector 1. It's, oh, it's sad again. Waddington's starting to close in on JBL. He's having to charge his ERS up, though. Philip Nilsson again trying to get past Dean Barry, but again, Dean keeps him behind. What do you have to do to get past this guy? So lap 15 now, Matt Piccolo in the lead. Got a couple of drivers that are still to make a stop. Michael Booker with a 3-second penalty. Bowler tried to get past Waddington at the hairpin, but Waddington giving him behind. Going to try into Spoon. Waddington shuts the door on him. And Saad. Saad, he's retired into the pits. Not the best of days for him. He got into Q2 though, so credit where he's due on that front. And Waddington and Bowler still side by side. Bowler tried to get him at 130 yard, but Waddington gets back ahead at the Casio triangle. But it's Bowler that's going to have the DRS. Waddington continuing to close the gap on JBL. And JBL's in the wall! Waddington up into ninth now as a result of that. You gotta think, when are these front runners gonna start coming in for their stops? Dean Barry actually starting to pull away from Philip Nilsson now. That's interesting. And Griffin into the pits. Puts Waddington into 8th now as a result. Bowler still trying to get past Waddington, and this time makes it stick. JBL. Oh, JBL's out. Oh my. What happened there? Through the S's and he hit the wall. And safety car out again. You gotta think. Here we go, Philip Nilsson. I'd like him to stay out. You've got to think, is Waddington going to come in for softs? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Philip Nilsson back into the lead. Our second safety car of the day. And oh, the Red Bulls just avoided double stacking. Just and no more. Oh no, Warrington electing to go on to mediums. He must have run out of softs. And it'll be a fresh set of mediums for Waddington. Philip Nilsson's been about halfway through their lifespan right now. So let's recap the order. You got Philip Nilsson in the lead, Matt Piclou second, Dean Barry third, Oliver Sonnen fourth, Bauer fifth, Keats sixth, Patel seventh, Griffin eighth, Bowler ninth, and Waddington rounding up the top 10. Fastest lap wise, Waddington has the fastest lap of the race, but that's more than likely to change with those that just pitted onto soft tyres. Fastest lap outside the top 10 is Michael Booker, believe it or not, 31.7. Looks like we're going to be in for grandstand finish here in the closing stages of this race. We're going to have 7 laps to go once the safety car comes in. More than likely at the end of this lap. Field are all bunched up again. You've got to think those that have put on fresh tyres, they are going to be at a huge advantage here. We had Maxime Patou, Saad and JBL. Here we go, safety car coming in. Wellington trying to look for a way past Ball, and it's race time once again. Grandstand finish time, here we go. Bowler trying to get past Griffin. And he gets it. Oh, and Bowler does a bit of Tokyo Drift, and Wellington takes advantage. Bowler did a bit of Tokyo Drift there, and that proved to be a big mistake. Yellow flag to sector 1. Oh, it's Jack Smith. You've got to think Philip's going to be at a bit of a disadvantage on those mediums. And Bauer, 3-second penalty. How crucial is that going to be for the results? As things stand, Nilsson is going to extend his lead at the top of the championship. And Wellington gets past without much difficulty. Now he can start bearing down on the rest of the field. Beetle, meanwhile, had a go at Philip Nilsson. Jack Smith, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Will set soft tyres, more than likely to get the fastest lap outside the top 10. Everyone's on either mediums or softs. I can only imagine Wellington didn't have any soft tyres left. But that's certainly not stopping him making progress through the field. Chris Harley, fastest lap of the race. Waddington up into 7th now. Hinel Patel plummeting down the order. Lost 3 or 4 places just like that. Oh, yellow flags in sector 2. That was just somebody going wide. People tried to get past Nilsson, but try as he might. Wellington up into 6th now. Ivan into the pits. And oh, it's that's one of the alphas. It's Griffin. Not the sort of thing we could afford to do now. Just realised I've been using the leader time rather than the interval time. Oh, silly me. And Wellington a couple of seconds behind JB Keats. Phil Nilsson got a good run. Piekler had an okay run. Nothing spectacular. Owen Lewis 3-second penalty. Let's actually have a quick scan of the penalties. Bauer has a penalty. Waddington clean as a whistle. Jamie Keats has a penalty. clean as a whistle. 5-second penalty for Piklu. And Nilsson. Cool as you like. Owen Lewis, another 3-second penalty. So this will push Waddington right up into 4th. As things stand, if he can try and keep pace. Oh, and Dean Barry trying to get past Piklu just like that. Wow! Not often you see an overtake in that section of the track. So, driver of the day for me, that's a tough one. That is a very tough one for me. Because I would have to say either Piklu or Barry, just because of how much progress they made up the field. But Philip Nilsson, his strategy going on to the mediums, and he's managed to get them to last all the way to the end. Proves to be very advantageous. Jamie Keats fastest lap of the race meanwhile. Oh, yellow flags in sector 2. Bauer's going to try and catch up with Jamie Keats. Look how close the penalties are, though. For Philip Nilsson, this will be his 3rd race win in a row and his 6th of the season. Got 4 or 5 cars, he's got 4 or 5 cars behind him. Comes through the Casio triangle for the last time today, and Philip Nilsson edges 1 step closer to winning the championship. He wins, and Dean Barry, are you kidding me? Lost on the final corner, and Waddington into 2nd place on penalty countback. What happened there? As a result of all that, Waddington finishing 2nd behind Philip Nilsson has managed to leapfrog his teammate back into second in the championship. And heading into Mexico, it's game on! So let's have a quick look at the final standings. Philip Nilsson, 6th win of the season. Anthony Waddington in 2nd. Chris Harley, followed by Jamie Keats. And then you got Anthony Bauer, Oliver Sonen, Matt Peeklu, Arthur Bowler, Callum MacArthur, and Hanil Patel. That's your top 10. Irving Diaz, Owen Lewis, Michael Booker, Griffin, Jack Smith. Fastest lap outside the top 10. Ivan, and the non-finishers, Dean, JBL, Saad, and Irving, and wow. And Maxime Patou. I'm just trying to do the maths here. It's 18 and 5th for Bauer, 18 and 10, 28. So that puts them on to 399. Racing Point, 25 points for the win. Then Jamie was 4th with the fastest lap, 12 points, 13, 28 points again. And that puts them on to 310. So the gap stays the same. The gap stays the same as the championship stands at the moment. Philip Nilsson, as it stands, 223 points. Anthony Bauer down to 3rd in the championship, 203. Anthony Waddington, 206. Philip Nilsson extending his lead at the top of the championship. Oh no, actually, hang on a second. I miscalculated. 196. So like I say, yeah, there we go. So Waddington still 3rd in the championship, but he's closed the gap on his teammate. But there's no change as far as the gap is concerned for the Constructors' Championship. Still 89 points heading into Mexico next week, where we'll announce the winners of our giveaway. And we'll announce that during qualifying. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the X3 coming up. And then we've got the X2 from 8. Until then, good night. Thanks for watching.